Hello, old souls. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. We are going to utilize the scrolls today for you, as well. We'll add on Tarot and Oracle, and where Mr. Ghost Gift is here kicking, we're going to utilize Ghost Tube Seer for any visual inspirations that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive a release freely. Look at that beautiful sage. All right. When you're ready, I'm going to start to open up. You're welcome to join me as we grab some scrolls, or you can utilize the timestamps below. Taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of fellow empath seers and psychonauts, old souls. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. And noticing up at the top there, you can see the picture of Ghost Tube. Old souls might be feeling a little alone. It kind of feels nice. I'm seeing it like a big aura around that person. Really white light aura. Look how expansive that is. Like so far out in front of you. The past is almost like closing the gap, like you're not looking so far back. It's what's ahead of you. What's ahead of you? Old souls. We also have a Paranormal Poker Hand here that we'll take a boo at in a moment. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, as your reflections do help deepen the reading, inspire our interconnected nature. And your perspective is powerful. This has been coming up a lot. This scroll, I feel like, that's okay. I kind of feel like I'm coming out, I'm holding my space, I'm holding my own. And this auric field of sorts can transform from a square to a circle to a triangle to a diamond. Whatever I need it to be is whatever it can be. So you might be harnessing some sort of energy alchemy. I'm not sure what that picture is. Let's bring it up a little closer. I'm seeing some angel wings there with like a golden staff. There's a bead of honey. A bead of honey being offered. That's incredible. And see how that image specifically, it's moving. It's not staying still. It's not in this. It's like from the original seer image stepped forward from the spirit box. Taking each step like that kung fu guy, and knowing that your aura extends as well as it extends behind you, but in front of you is where you're paying attention to, or where you're focusing on. Yes, I'm focusing that way. And I'm lifting myself up. The way I'm seeing it is I am putting my, if you're going to a pool specifically and lean yourself up on a pool and then hike yourself up. I feel like that's what I'm doing. Sorry, it's very chilly here today. It's rainy. It's beautiful. Okay, let's keep going. I kind of have this Terminator feel here, but it's almost like instead of doling out, you're receiving. There's all this space around you, old souls. Specifically empathically, energetic or earthly. There's a clearing, but it's like this mist. I don't know when was the last time you felt your energy was truly clear. Does that make sense? There's not a clear sailing or in this, kind of ignorance is bliss. That's not what I'm talking about. This white light aura is so protective, but it's what is driving you to pursue through the veil, through the mist, through the mystery. And I feel as though at some way, shape, or form, at some point in my past, I've had to be ready to defend. I've had to be like Terminator, I don't know. I don't know if I fully have seen a Terminator, but that's the way it's stepping forward to me. Guns ablaze in any way, ready to defend. my divinity, ready to defend my demons maybe, or battle my demons. This doesn't feel like that. But it's almost like a reflection of understanding that there's another head and shoulders in here, like the whole time has been, it's being made. It's being made. As though there's something that through whatever, give me a moment. It kind of makes me feel like what you may have been through, going through, past to the relative present, but something has, in that meantime, it's like, oh, I realize I've been growing this thing, whatever this thing is. I'm seeing it as a head and shoulders. And I feel like in that lift up, I'm exerting the energy in that lift up, like on the edge of the pool, like coming out of this water of sorts. And I'm using that energy to exert myself to get up and then dangle my feet in it. I'm not looking to get up and out, but just dangle my feet in it, because then that has a whole different air. Like pushing yourself up to get up to the edge of the pool and then sitting there and enjoying putting your feet in the pool. And then I feel very relaxed. I feel very grateful. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide. Yeah, see, now I'm like watching things, but it's like it's coming in and out of this mist. It could even be a smoke mist, but I feel like there's a lot of water in it. I just heard dry water. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's like dry ice. Okay, that's maybe those symbols mean something to somebody. Yeah, we're still here. Sorry. Okay, let's keep going. I've released a dove. There's also a person right here, and I saw it two different ways. If you're on a phone, you might be able to zoom in. Let me see if I can get my Scrying in to help you out. See right there? Two ways I saw it, like a dream, like I was falling. You know those falling dreams, and then you like startle yourself awake? Got some office work on the go over here. And then the other way I say it is like I'm on a grassy knoll or a pasture, and I'm just kind of sitting back with my arms back, and I'm taking in the sky as the sea. The sky is the sea. What is this? I'm getting business with that. Business? Okay, thank you. So there is something at some point in time you may have contractually agreed to. Pick a lifetime. Could even be something in your mind, right? And then when I go to because this one's falling, this one is on the pasture, sitting back. Like imagine like a 50s or 60s movie or scene, and they're sitting with blankets on this grass watching this movie. Get the wine or whatever people do there. I would just have snacks, chips, snacks. I would just want snacks. But maybe you're bougie and you want like wine and cheese and strawberries, and that's cool too. When I'm in the falling one, I'm in Alice in Wonderland, and when she's going down, well, the rabbit hole here, and we land here a lot, so I'm grateful for you. I also just moved over to, I think it's the movie Labyrinth. She also falls down some sort of hole or well, but there's all these hands grabbing at her, these hands. And then the hands, as they're like grabbing for her, they also turn into faces, like, and then they're like, oh, blah, 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 and they talk to her. These hands talk to her. Again, there's some maybe sign language, or maybe you're just handsy like me, and you're all like, blah, 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 blah. Or you're noticing the energy through that. You might even be able to. Okay, so here's a curious thing. So and these hands are very kind. They offer, I believe, a chance to make a choice. They can lift you back up, or you can go back down, and you go back down. You go down the rabbit hole, and you end up on this pasture. And it's like somewhere in this pasture, this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to pop it in because it's blatantly stepping through, is that I can taste color, feel sound, Like the senses are skewed. The senses are skewed. See, and even in that grassy knoll up there, it's like I'm in this little forest with these creatures. And I'm with these creatures that are like looking at me as I'm sitting, like I've plopped down. And now I'm like, oh, I'm here. And then I suddenly realize, like, as I'm like touching the air, I can almost taste it. It's like I can touch sound. All my senses seem to coalesce as I'm in the space of what we could, or the container we would call a sixth sense. It's a whole world. It's a whole world. Okay, sorry, I have stuff coming up. I got to burp, so that means energy's coming up. Okay. I realize I'm fine. It's like from this, I fell from this falling. Somebody's been watching me the whole time, like letting other creatures know, these woodland characters, she's coming down or he's coming down. They're coming down. Yep, they're here. They've committed. They've said they're coming into this space where the six senses, where all the holographic layers of each sense, including the sense, sixth sense, I want to grab my footing. I feel like I am... I'm talking out loud. But I'm not sure that anyone can hear me. Like, I don't think the animals can hear me. I don't know about this person here. I don't see them seeing me. But then somebody does come in towards me. I think it's like a turtle, an armadillo, and something else. Then they start to come towards me because they hear me talking out loud to myself or to the tree or something. And they can sense I'm a little worried. I'm not entirely sure I'm sane, but I know I'm sane. I feel sane. I want to come over here. It's like my understanding in the crown chakra, I understand, is upside down, but here it's upside right. And I'm receiving signals in all of these senses. This is the place I plop down, right here. Sorry if I'm all over the place, but sorry, not sorry. If you're still here, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, your attention, awareness. I'm very, very grateful for you, and you truly warm my haunted heart. So thank you. I'm going to add on some lucid dreaming cards because I feel like this is where we're at. Okay, so right off the hop here we have dream incubation. Can I bring this up possibly? Oh my goodness, this person's upside down. There's the two. Stop it. Remember when I was talking about the mist or the smoke? It's like the clouds on either side of it. The clouds and the clouds. It's really just clouds. Or some sort of dry ice mist. Stop it. Dream World Home Base. Do you know what's funny? I am hearing the song, It's a Whole New World. Na, 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 na. Okay. I want to say maybe Aladdin. This might be your home base. This other space, the spaces of your... See, they're all the same senses. I keep trying to, earthly Stephanie, separate them. Physical, tangible, blah, 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 you know? And then suddenly as I'm doing this, like going through all my senses, I feel like one of those baseball coaches that have all like these hand signals. Again, it's like sign language, but it's not sign language because there's a deafening of anything or a muting of anything. Whatever maybe your home base would be, your home world. Maybe this is the realm of your higher self. I'm not sure. Some of you have seen it. Maybe it's been in your sleep state, your meditations, even walking. I just heard somebody go through a deja vu. Curiouser and curiouser. We're here for old souls, empaths, seekers, and psychonauts alike. Mother of dreaming. I don't know if this is how you're doing it, is when you're meditating, but I feel like it could even be like a mundane meditation. Like you don't even know you're meditating, but it's like you notice it. I don't know, maybe you're doing laundry, maybe you're driving. That's probably unsafe, but maybe you are sleeping. Maybe it's a very conscious meditation. And you know how like in Alice in Wonderland and even Labyrinth, they typically go down into the earth very shamanic-esque. And for some that may resonate because there's a lot of pastures. But then I want to come back to the pool. For some it's like water is the conduit. Maybe it happens when you're in the shower, drinking water, blessing your water. I'm not sure what that is. Sorry if this is weird. But you're here, you're used to it, and we're normal. This is our normal. There's a trail being made. I feel like you come here every so often and a trail's being made, but it's like every time it's a surprise. I'm learning. I always feel very youthful when I'm here, no matter what my age is. You could be 75, or you could be 7. It doesn't matter. These hot air balloons kind of bring things in. I think they're hot air balloons. You know what? It doesn't even matter if even if they're hot. Again, it's like this temperature thing. It doesn't matter. And they kind of fly in and hand you things, almost like what we would here call a drone. In the spirit world, we would see it as a bird. But in this land, it is a balloon. It's a balloon. I'm piercing something. There's a space in front of me, and it's almost like, again, it's like I can tangibly touch the air. Okay. I'm back. Hi, how you doing? Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, we're going to add on some David Bowie tarot, and then we'll check out your Paranormal Poker Hand. So if you haven't left yet, or you're pausing to replay later, awesome possum, I appreciate you. Somebody guards this space as well, or an aspect of you, an energy. No, it's another energy. It's like, it came up in another reading, so they're stepping forward again, and somebody did comment to remind me of what the bouncer. There's like a bouncer or a guard. That's their act of service. They don't let other... Okay, so I'm going to say it in this way. They don't let other people, places, or things just like willy-nilly and enter this space of realm, because I feel like it's yours. And it's bringing me into the movie What Dreams May Come. You paint this reality, but then it's like you can paint it, which even in and of itself, right? Like touching, is that why I was touching? And I could like feel the world, but then it goes a layer deeper where I could like taste it, and it tastes really good. Okay, what do we have here? So we have here strength coming up, Queen of Wands, and the Tower. Do you know what's interesting? And these, you know, with the tarot, if they, or any of the cards, scrolls, if they mean anything to you, follow that. I'm always all up in the art first. See how this person in the tarot, in this Tower tarot card, for some of you, this might have felt like a nightmare at some point in time. It's like, it's the classic, the empath, psychonaut, curse or blessing. You have protection when you wander in this, because it's almost like on one half, I know, because it's connected to not only my psychology, not only my senses, but it's also connected to psychonaut style, the existence of everything that could be and is simultaneously. And sometimes I also wander into the wastelands of Wonderland, and that's okay, because I'm the one wondering about it. And I'm not afraid. Even when I come up, that's weird, when I come up against other energies, because even though it's like your world, even like in How Dreams May Come, there are other energies there. Does this make sense? This is also bringing me into, with this mother of dreaming, something might have happened when you were 40. Or 40 days, 40 nights type feel. Also, keep an eye out on the next 9 days. Or 9 sleeps. Maybe if you do dream journal or all that kind of good stuff. I'm brutal. I'm so brutal at dream journaling, but I hope maybe you have a friend that you can talk to about it, throughout the day, or text and be like, or text yourself and be like, oh, I had this dream about this symbol, whatever stands out to you. Just text yourself, and then maybe over the course of, say, 9 days or 9 sleeps, you might be able to go back and connect some sort of dots. For some of you, you're somebody there in this world. I'm getting a lot of mother, maiden, crone kind of feel. But again, it's like the mother is not the mother. The crone doesn't look like the crone. The crone could be the queen. The maiden could be the mother. I want to say like everything's mixed up, but it's not. It makes perfect sense because I'm feeling it. I'm not concerned about the expression that has decided to have that experience. Like when you're having a dream, and I feel like I'm all like lean, like just leaning in a dream, and you see maybe one character, but you really know it's, your mom or your dad, your sister, your brother, or there's somebody in the dream. You're like, oh, that's my buddy Chris, but Chris looked like this character from TV. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it kind of feels like. Okay, we're done there. On the bottom, we have 3 of Wands, and I feel like it's worth noting because, it's like that from the scroll. That, I don't know, bouncer. And even like this world is like holographic. Okay. Whew. Let's look at your paranormal poker hand. If you're still with me, I'm grateful. Awesome. Okay, so we have a solar plexus. Or the sun. There's also the sunflower up here. Your talisman is resilience. The fox. Didn't we see foxes? Did the foxes come up in the go? It did. Sorry, give me a moment. You also have here the warrior. One enchanted evening. The perfect night, right? It's like when we were on the pasture watching the movie on the blanket, eating our bougie cheese and wine or podunk snacks that just feel delicious. I'm so hungry. It was the perfect night, one enchanted evening. And maybe when you're receiving this, it's inspiring that, to remember that. Your coffee cup oracle card is lock, unlock, key. And your starseed card is the blue star. Follow the light of your inner compass. The blue star I feel like I said that weird, but hopefully you get it. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. You know, this is reminding me of Blue Star is when, I don't know if it's still a real thing or not, when cars used to have OnStar and you could press, I myself have never been able, no, my cars are older, but OnStar, and they could press a button, or at least I'm seeing the commercials, and they could talk to somebody to be like, hi, OnStar, here to help. That's what this feels like. You always have this OnStar because of your Blue Star. I feel like where you are right now, whomever, this sun follows you. This is you right now, or at least in that space. But I feel like it's this card that gets you there, that unlocks something with your masculine and feminine energy, of course. Of course. Okay, sorry, I'll bring you down. This warrior I want to connect to with the strength card. This almost like rainbow warriors. Is it Navajo, Cree, I shouldn't try and name off indigenous names. There, I feel like there is a lore, a myth, a prediction, maybe. What's the word? Prophecy? A prophecy? A prophecy about rainbow warriors? There's something about sorry, give me a sec. Something about as soon as I want to say it. Okay. Ferocious frequencies. A warrior doesn't always work that way. That might be an earthly expression. For whatever reason, I feel like I can't say something. Or my attempt to clarify isn't necessary. Because now I'm like seeing like my mom with her hands on her hips, you know, when I was young, and it's like, where have you been? Why did you do that? So, but I feel like if you're here and you're still here, you understand that. I don't need to explain it because it's felt. Ethereally, earthly. The remnants of it comes in earthly. It's actually the earthly experience that's the portal. Interesting. The earthly experience, the human-esque, the human is the portal to it. It's almost like if some of you had nightmares or sleep paralysis, all that kind of good stuff. There were immense, intense learning experiences. OnStar. I feel like this OnStar might be this gate person, or the bouncer person. They're like the first person you meet. They're always with you, but it's like they have this position that would seem rego, you know, or in our earthly way, we might be like, oh, they're that. And you're just like, okay, thanks. Or they, it's like specifically I'm seeing the person taking your coat and they give you a ticket. But they're actually the voice. Do you know what I mean? Like they are an expression of. And in that classic saying, like, how you do anything is how you do everything. It's like that kindness, that respect, that. Yeah. I'm seeing a crazy, the way this tower card is coming in now is I'm seeing it like, okay, first of all, me being me, Steph, I would see it as a crazy haunted house like here in Niagara Falls, and I wouldn't go in. I would want to. Everything about me would want to, but I know I'm not going to. I would be too scared. On the other hand, I'm seeing it in a wild way. Imagine if like Willy Wonka existed and lived with the Mad Hatter in Wonderland with Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Imagine any sort of Tesla in the spirit world, and he's unhinged and has no boundaries. The Wizard of Oz. There's so many things I'm seeing, and it's incredibly frightening and at the same time perfect. And I feel like it's almost like all of these characters that I'm even seeing stepping forward are parts of our shadows or imaginations and all that kind of great stuff. But there's a brilliance in there. There is a genius in there. And to continue to tap into that, to experiment with compassion, caring. I care what I am experimenting with. There's a lot of permissions here. A lot of permissions. And when someone or something, an energy, even including yourself, and there's a no or not now. It feels like more of like a not now versus a no. It's respected and understood. I don't become ferocious or angry like maybe we would as a toddler or even as an adult if we're not getting our own way. And it's frustrating. We don't try to control it here. Am I still on Earth? I don't even know where I'm at. Okay. So, you're like Wonderland Warriors, or at least this is how I feel in the old souls, the empaths, seers, and psychonauts. Seers are seekers. I feel like seekers are kind of seers and seers are kind of seekers, but I don't know if it's like a jacuzzi is a hot tub, but a hot tub's not a jacuzzi. But I feel like, because I always want to interchange those really, yeah. There's a show on Netflix I think I think it's from a few years ago, and it was something about, I don't know, maybe a house with clocks and keys. Something about, I'm gonna start. Okay. This has been amazing. I hope that I have in some way, shape, or form exuded the eclectic but very real blending of these up and upside down universal kind of realities. Something about, again, like the 9 days, 9 hours, 9 weeks. If you haven't already, there's some sort of key that you have to this place. Could even be in your solar plexus, if I may. It's like swallowing the key and it goes into your solar plexus. And maybe when you go into meditation or contemplations or you're pondering, you bring your awareness to said space of solar plexus, and that unlocks it. But it's like still something with the rainbow warrior still coming through, of like moving through other chakras to, it's almost like pass through each of those respecting boundaries, because they all have to like light up in a certain configuration. But I feel like that's not important because it's not a constipation. Okay, I'm going to let this be here. Old souls. Back to reality. I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope this story did inspire or irritate, educate or entertain. And until next time, thank you so much for being my muse and for holding space for me to share my insights. All the links are below to help a cow grow. And I will see you soon. Bye. I got sunshine on a cloudy day when cold outside. I got the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way?